Hello!
Hello!
And welcome to Fireside Chat number 10. We finally made it! Number 10!
Double figures.
Yes. Who would have thought it all those years ago?
What an exciting moment.
But you've been busy, haven't you, Jeremy? Been away, been
Yes.
abroad, travelling?
Yes, all of those things. Do you want me to expand on them?
Yes, go on.
Well, we're just back from Sweden. We went over for the Swedish convention, which was organised by Gay Lundberg, and I have to say, I think that was quite easily one of the best conventions and the best organised convention I've ever been to. We were lecturing over there as well as dealing. We had a wonderful time. We were looked after brilliantly.
Well, I lectured, nobody asked me to go.
There was an interesting thing actually. The first evening, they had a line of all the artistes. So I wasn't just a dealer, I was an artiste. They had a line of all the dealers signing autographs, and I was sitting between, I think, Gaten Bloom and Shutagawa, and you could see people coming down with their little autograph books, and they would go to Gaten Bloom and get it signed, and then they came to me and thought, I wonder who he is. Still, perhaps he's famous, so they would stick the autograph book in front of me just in case, and then go on to Shutagawa. But anyway, it was a wonderful convention. One of the great pleasures was meeting Connie Ray, very fine children's entertainer, and the reason I bring up Connie is because he was responsible for a wonderful gag for children's entertainers, this massive outsize spanner, and the idea behind this is that you bring up a child and shake hands with them and then say, oh, your arm seems a bit stiff, let me just...
There you go.
Oh, much better, much better. So that was a wonderful idea of Connie Ray's. Right, there you are.
Right.
Second hand.
Excellent.
But a really, really good prop from Connie, and it was lovely to actually meet him. But the other thing, and
A lot of fun, that.
I want to draw your attention to this, John,
Yeah.
is we met a chap called Bill over there. Not a very Swedish name, you might be thinking.
Swedish Bill? Is that what we call him?
No, we didn't, because actually he came from Australia.
Oh.
And
Aussie Bill.
we've got a little
Hello,
clip.
Bill.
Yeah, you might not be saying that so much in a moment, but we've got a little clip of Bill.
Have we?
Yes. So I thought we'd see it on the Videotronic Animator, whatever it's called.
It's a Picturetron.
The Picturetron. So if we can just watch Bill as he was in Sweden a couple of weeks ago.
Hi, I'm Phil, all the way from Australia. I'm really looking forward to being on the next Fireside Chat. And I must mention the fact that today's performance was much better than Kimo's stuff that I've seen in the past. So hi from Australia, here in Lund, Sweden. I hope everybody's having a good time.
So, interesting stuff from Bill. I thought he made one or two
Thanks, Bill.
extremely sensible points. And I was in total agreement with everything that he said, actually. So, there we are. I thought we might just talk about a bit of new stuff, and well, perhaps you want to talk us through this one, John.
Oh, well, actually, this is quite nice, actually. I wouldn't recommend it to Bill. He probably wouldn't know good magic if he saw it. But this is...
Don't worry, Bill.
This
I'm rooting for you.
This is a sand frame. It's a great little sand frame, this one. I mean, I do a sand frame routine, and we filmed it this afternoon without considering the limitations of only having one volunteer available when it's a 2 volunteer routine. So it was an interesting thing to film. But it's a great made little sand frame, and isn't that superb? Look at that.
Look how fast it fills. One of the things that interests me, we used to have some sand frames, and they were indifferent, if I can put it that way, and we stopped putting them out. We have just brought these in. I think they are brilliantly made.
I'll model it.
Is that called modelling?
That's modelling.
Oh, right, okay. Tell Naomi Campbell that.
Yeah.
But these are fantastic. It doesn't have to be a play. Well, when I say a playing card, it doesn't have to be a regulation playing card. It could be a snap card, Happy Families card, or anything like that.
A blank card.
Children.
I used to if it was younger children, I used to use a blank card and get them to draw a picture of me on it and say, "Don't make it fat." So of course I just draw a big blob with a head then, and then it would be me that would disappear from the pack of cards and appear in the frame. So it's not so I use it as a card trick, but it's really just an object that moves from one place to another, and it's like a trick with cards rather than.
I mean, for those who don't actually know what we're talking about, do you want to just say very quickly what the sand frame does?
Well, basically, you card selected, and it vanishes, and it appears inside the sand frame. It's inside the frame behind the glass, which had been previously shown empty. That was really good description, that, wasn't it?
Well,
it's worthy of a Supreme catalogue, that one.
It does what it says on the tin.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, tick.
Yes.
You're ticking your notes up.
I'm not going to
You've got
say
notes. I've got a script, you see.
Worker of the week. Well, I don't want to miss anything.
Week.
Now, a slightly larger prop. This is absolutely beautifully made. This was the brainchild of Len Belcher, who sadly is no longer with us, who came up with the idea of Santa. This is the old block trick where the pieces are put in the right order, and yet when you lift up the chimney they're entirely in the wrong order. And sometimes it's difficult to think of a good reason why these blocks should be actually put inside the chimney. And Lane came up with a wonderful idea, which was that Santa only goes down chimneys once a year, and of course he's got a whole year to forget how to do it.
He always does it in 3 pieces.
He always does it. He does it 1, 2, 3. On 1, 2, 3. That's why it's in 3 pieces. And so he has plenty of time during the year to forget how to do this. And so around this sort of time of year, he has to go into practice and learn how to go down a chimney again. So this is exquisitely made, manufactured in Germany. Really, really beautiful items. So there we are, Santa in the chimney. And we've also got from Germany, in fact we've got quite a few new items, and this one we've also just filmed this afternoon. It is called, well, I called it Lucky Lotto, and I think this is, I actually fooled John with this when I did it for him.
I'm quite embarrassed that he fooled me actually, because it's quite an easy trick to do. But
it is very easy to do, but just because the trick is easy to do doesn't mean that it doesn't have a very strong impact. But basically, instead of numbered balls, you've got coloured balls, and the child, all the balls are tipped into the bag. The child has the opportunity to win today's star prize. And all the balls are tipped in, shaken up, they're chosen one at a time, secretly. In the video you'll see John choosing them.
Yeah.
And me choosing them. Nobody knows
I was
what
fooled
order.
very badly by it earlier on.
And yet, when these are lifted off, one bit by bit, they are in perfect order, and the child wins a prize. I hasten to add, not without some difficulty on the child's part to begin with, in persuading you to give them the prize that you actually promised, and not the ghastly prize that you start digging out. So, that is called Lucky Lotto, and it comes with 2 different routines. I'm going to tick that off again. I was just about to show a 4th item, which I can't because we have just sold out this afternoon, but there is a video of it on the on our website. It's Tommy James's Comedy Christmas Wand. So do have a look at the video.
Well, those of you who do Christmas shows, what to look for.
It is very, very funny, and that's why we sold out. But another batch are on their way and should be here with Tommy's usual efficiency very, very soon. Which brings me to the end of those few new items, and I've got a little note that says Chinese prod box.
Chinese prod box. This is a Chinese prod box. It's a prod. It's a production. Sorry, I'm having a mad half hour today. I've gone.
Only half hour.
I've gone a bit balmy today. Look at that. I've got this. I had an idea for this years ago, and I never followed it up. I never made it up because I'm very lazy.
Just show them what it does to begin with.
Well,
you mean bother with that?
I'll produce him.
Oh, okay.
Shall we produce him, or shall we produce something else? We'll pop him inside the little load chamber there, because otherwise, as a production, it's very difficult to show what happens.
This is an old Supreme prop.
An old Supreme prop, so I'm very familiar with this. I used to sell this all the time. You can see through there, you can fold it completely flat, and then when you assemble the box, you show it all sides, you can show underneath, and you can reach inside and you can produce thousands and thousands of silks, as Ken DeCourcy used to do from this, loads and loads of silks. Or I've got my friend Ben inside here. But the reason Ben's here is because I had an idea for a puppet, although you'd probably use a smaller puppet than our friend Ben. My idea was to cut a hole in the rear of the box here, which would allow your hand to go inside there. And of course, when you pull this open, because of the way the box is constructed, that would hide the hole, so you could show the box empty. And then I was thinking of having some rare earth magnets attached here, and some magnets in a puppet's paws, which would be here, a small puppet, so that you could then produce a puppet from the box. So you'd have an empty box, which would look like it was solid on all four sides. When you assembled it, it would then have a hole. Your hand would enter from the rear of the box, enter the puppet, and the puppet would appear inside the box.
So not only have you got magic,
yeah,
but actually this is a perfect stage for a
little glove puppet.
For a glove puppet. Actually, what would be lovely is a little cloud like a Jack in a Box coming out of the box, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
something like that.
I've even found the correct puppet that I thought I was going to use. I was going to have mine decorate as a crate, and a little tiger that I found, which I thought was really cute, coming out of the sort of wild animal crate.
I think this is such a clever idea. This is badly handled. This is an Ian Adair creation. Really, really clever. Because I don't think that you can show a prop much more convincingly empty, and yet there is a huge load chamber in it. So I think that is a really clever prop. You may have this and not have thought of what John suggested with a puppet, or you may be able to hunt one of these out, because I think it is a really, really good prop.
So if you like the idea and can't quite get what I'm saying and want to contact me on Facebook, please don't, because I'm tired of people doing that about every single thing that I say on these things. So just ring Jeremy. He'll fill you in on all the details.
Now, here's a prop you don't often see.
It's a bag.
It's a bag.
Change bag, by any chance?
How did you guess? It is.
But off a change.
It is a bag with a difference, and I don't know anybody else who puts these out, but this is what is known as a split level bag. Now, I'm not going to insult your intelligence by telling you how a change bag works, because I'm sure you know, but I will just tell you a few things about a split level bag. One of the problems, if you're using silk handkerchief, there is no problem. A child dips their hand in and takes out whatever it is. They can't feel anything else. But if you have a solid object, and just before we started filming, the most solid object I could find was a marker pen. If you have that in a bag and the child puts their hand in, they might not be able to get to it, but they can feel it from one side to the other through the cloth. But with this bag, you see, you can't feel anything at all, because this is a split level bag.
I'm strangely reluctant to take my hand out. I don't know why. I'm enjoying that.
Because it's not therapy. It's not therapy. Because this side at the front is about that much shorter.
That's so clever.
As that side. So there we are. There is the marker has dropped right to the bottom there, but your hand can only go to about there on this side. So if you were vanishing if you want to yawn, just do it to camera.
Sorry, I was
trying to do it subtly.
Because you were talking.
I just thought I'd draw your attention to it.
So I only get excited when I'm talking.
If you want to vanish a necklace, something like that, which I would imagine a lot of children's entertainers would want to, these are fantastic. You know where you are because Cheryl's made these, a tiny bead is sewn into the corner here, which you can feel with your thumb. She's also put the piece of boning or stiffening in here, which means all you have to do is that motion and you are switching from one side of the bag to the other. So
impressive.
When you want to vanish an object in a change bag, the split level bag is your answer. Really, really good prop. And I thought we'd finish with one little gag that Craig Petty showed me a while back, which you can't do actually, can you?
I can't do it because I have unusually small thumbs.
He can't do this, so it's very pleasing. So I'm going to do it.
I can't do it at all.
But
I've got the thumbs of a child.
This was a gag of
in my
pages.
That sounds awful. That.
A gag of Pat Page's, and
you get troublesome ones at shows occasionally.
Craig Petty showed it to me, but you circle in your ear. No, it didn't work.
You can't do it either.
As you pull your finger out, and it pops, and all you're using is your old friend Commodore Garden thumb tip, into which your thumb is pressed, and as you pull your finger out of your ear, just flick your finger up so you get that nice popping noise. Nice comic moment.
As long as you have big thumbs. If you're a
Instead of-
lady or somebody like me with
Get-
very small thumbs,
Loses something, doesn't it?
You get
help
that.
feeling.
there's not many things I can't do, but there you go.
Posting again. Anyway, so there we are. That is Fireside Chat number 10, finishing on the humble
Number 10.
but indispensable little thumb tip. Nice to see you all again. Bye.
See you next time.